There's a silent war being waged in your home every single day. We're about to pull back the curtain on one of the most expensive and honestly most ignored pieces of equipment you own. It's time we all understood this hidden battle happening right inside our walls. It's the one question that always seems to pop up at the absolute worst moment. The hottest day of summer or the coldest night of winter. So what is it that actually pushes this critical system to its breaking point? Well, let's find out. I want you to think of your HVAC system as your home's unsung hero. Seriously, it works silently, tirelessly, fighting off the elements day in and day out, all for you. But this hero is under constant assault, and understanding that battle is the key to keeping it in the fight. To really see this battle in its most extreme form, we're going to head to Detroit. Now, you might be asking, why Detroit? Well, because its climate is one of the most punishing environments an HVAC system could possibly face. Okay. Picture this. In the dead of winter, temperatures plummet to these bone-chilling lows. We're talking -10 degrees. Furnaces in Detroit are pushed to their absolute limits. Can you just imagine the mechanical stress of running almost nonstop for months on end just to keep your home from freezing? And then, bam, the pendulum swings to the complete other extreme. Summer rolls in, bringing this oppressive heat. And when you factor in the humidity coming off the Great Lakes, the heat index just soars past 95 degrees. Your system goes from full blast heating to full blast cooling, with pretty much no rest in between. It's just a brutal 1-2 punch. And this is where things get really tough. Those constant freeze-thaw cycles, they physically crack and damage the outdoor units. The insane humidity forces the AC to work overtime just to pull moisture from the air. Oh, and in a city with so many older homes, you've got leaky ductwork, which means, get this, up to 30% of the air you're paying to cool or heat is just gone. It's a perfect storm of stress. So you can probably guess what happens when a system is under that much constant pressure. Eventually, something's gotta give. Let's look at the most common and, most costly ways these systems finally break down. First up, frozen AC coils. The analogy here is just perfect. It's literally like trying to breathe through a clogged straw. When your air filter gets dirty, it chokes off the airflow. You add that crazy high humidity to the mix, and ice starts to build up on the coils, completely stopping your AC from cooling your house, even as it's running itself into the ground. Okay, now for a much, much more dangerous problem, a cracked heat exchanger. Think of it like a faulty exhaust pipe on your car, except it's leaking directly into your house. The metal just gets worn out from those long, hard winters, and a crack can let deadly carbon monoxide seep into your air. And this is no joke. It's not just an inconvenience, it's a very serious safety threat. All right, so your system fails. Now you're facing that big, expensive question. Do you repair it or do you replace it? Here's a really simple tool that can help you decide. It's called the $5,000 rule, and really, it's just a simple calculation to help you figure out if a repair is a good investment. You just multiply the repair cost by the age of your system in years. If that number goes over $5,000, replacing it is probably the smarter financial move for the long haul. Let's see how this actually works. So say you have a 10-year-old unit and it needs a $300 repair. You multiply 300 by 10, that's 3,000. Well under 5,000. That repair makes sense. But what if that unit is 15 years old and needs a $400 fix? Well, 400 times 15 is 6,000. At that point, you're almost certainly better off putting that repair money toward a new, more reliable system. See how that works? Okay, so you've made the call for help. What should a professional service call actually look and feel like? It really shouldn't be a big mystery. It all comes down to a clear, simple process. Here is the bottom line. A good technician doesn't just fix things, they explain them. You should always get a clear explanation of what failed, why it failed, and what's needed to fix it. The price quote should be in writing, and most importantly, you should be the one to make the final call with absolutely zero pressure. In fact, let's just demystify the whole thing right now by breaking the entire service process down into 3 simple steps. It really all boils down to these 3 simple stages. First, you make the call, and help is on the way. Second, an expert finds the real problem, no guesswork, and gives you a written quote that you have to approve. And finally, they do the work and then test the entire system to make absolutely sure everything is running perfectly before they leave. So now you know the battle that your system is fighting every single day. The only question left is this.
Is your home's unsung hero actually ready for what's coming next?